Good morning. Well, I broke down and it cost me $58 and change for 3 pieces of 4x8 half-inch thick D.I.Y Super TUFF-R 3.3 board. Cannot get the other stuff that was recommended. You cannot get it at Lowe's or Home Depot, at least in the state of Connecticut, or in Johnston, Rhode Island, for that matter. So, not going to worry about it. We're going to put the D.I.Y in there. That's got aluminum on one side, too. And it has an R value of just a hair better than the other stuff. So we're going to do that today. We can shut this heater off. 350 watts. It's warm in here now. Okay, let me tell you what I'm going to do here. I took very careful measurements of the ceiling. I'm going to start with the ceiling. Now, from here, right to the end here is exactly 36 inches. I put these joists on 13-inch, 14-inch centers for strength. Here to here is 12 inches. Here to here is 12 inches, and then everything's evened out to about 13 inches here. So what I did is I couldn't carry them, those 4x8 sheets, in the 1990 Ford van. It was too long. The 9-foot would have come right in the back of the driver's head. But the width was no problem. The minivan, you can't get 8 foot in it, and you can't get 4 foot wide in it. So what I did is I bought 3 sheets. I bought 3 sheets of the D.I.Y Super TUFF-R 3.3. And I had them at Home Depot. They did it free of charge. Score it and cut it with a knife at 36 inches. So 3 pieces are cut. The 8 foot is cut off at 3 foot. So in other words, I cut 3 foot off of each one of them. So that left me a 5 foot long piece. Out of the 5 foot long piece, I cut off exactly 1 foot out of all 3 of those. And now they're all in the back of the minivan. Yes, that's the 5 foot piece there. You see how far up they come? Just a little bit in from the back window. Just a few inches from the back window. So these are the 12-inch wide pieces, and they'll fit right in that 12-inch space that at each end of the shed. I bought 2 tubes of liquid nails. They told me that this is good for foam and wood at $4 a piece. So that's $8 right there, $15.88 for the Super TUFF-R 3.3. And this is the ratings of it. The half-inch is 3.3. You can see it right there on the left-hand side. And the 5/8 is 4.1 R value, 3/4 is 5, and 1 inch is 6.5. So in the future, I could add more on top of this. And it's aluminum on one side. So on the ceiling, what I'm going to do, only on the ceiling, I'm going to have the aluminum facing down. In other words, it'll be a silver ceiling. And that'll give a little more reflection light, which is good, and that's what I want. On the walls, I'm going to put the blue side out, but I'm not 100% sure of that yet. I got to take care of the ceiling first, and then we'll work on the walls afterwards, whatever I got left. I know that it's going to take 2 pieces, 2 4x8 sheets to do the ceiling of the shop. The third piece, and whatever's left over from the piece of the for the top, is going to be used on the wall. Well, I better get started on this. Okay, what I'm doing now is I notched out for the little gussets that I put in the roof there. These little gussets that you see in there, well, I notched out for those. And on this side you can see that I fitted in, and I didn't need to use any adhesive because it fits up really snug. And these roofing nails that I got silicone on so you don't get cut on them come through the roof, of course, when I did the roofing. And they just push up through there, so that helps hold it in, but it's really tight. So I don't need any liquid nails for that. So this is the way the ceiling is going to be. It's going to be the aluminum facing down, so that'll give some radiated heat reflection, as some of the guys have been saying. I don't know if the camera's even in view. If not, I just won't put this video into the program. Now this is a little wider, and it's going to be really hard for me to score this. I think I'm going to have to cut off a good 1/4 inch on this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut. I'm going to have to cut a 1/4 inch off of that. Yeah. Yeah. What's throwing me off is this gusset here. So let's get a ruler out, and I'll be right back. Well, as you can see, I've got that piece in, and I didn't need any liquid nails for that either, because I cut it sort of wedge right in. Now I've got to move some of this stuff here and this, and then I got to put a piece down into here, and we'll let it go down in here a little bit. We'll do that off camera. I'll show you the results. So you can see these nails coming down through. They got black silicone over the top of them, or clear silicone, not sure what. And they'll also help hold it up. But if I can wedge it in and just trim it and shove it in there, I won't need any of the glue. Then when I get all done with that, then there's any of the small pieces, I'll put it in here. But as I said before, I'm not going to have the aluminum facing out into the shed. On the ceiling, yes, because it's going to be a nice reflection. It'll give me a little more light in here. But on the walls, no. The other side is blue. So I'll see how it looks. I might let the silver come facing into the shed. I'll see how it looks. If it doesn't have a bad look to it, I may do that. All right, I got that piece in. And I didn't need glue in that either. All right, I don't know if you can see it in camera view, but we're putting the liquid nails on now. All right. I'm guessing at the camera angle. Oh. And I got a block of wood here that I use. Just to push it up. That's good. I could have cut this a little tighter, a little wider in other words, and I wouldn't have need to use any glue, but the nails that are coming down through the roof from the roofing will hold this end up okay, plus the wedge fit in these gussets, but the middle was a little saggy, so I think that would work out quite well. Alright, as you can see, I had to piece it in there. It looks like hell, but I had to go around the light. I couldn't get a whole piece in there without taking the damn light out, and I'm not about to do that. And I only can come up to the plywood here where the light mount is. So if I need to, if I got any scraps over, I can just glue them right on top of this. That's not a problem. And you can see I've got the pieces all in here. So this side of the roof here is all done. It doesn't really give much reflection as I thought it would. I thought it would give more reflection of light in here, but it really doesn't. Alright, I got it up. It don't look too pretty because I had to wedge it in there, but it's in all the way down, and I had to cut the panels lengthwise in order to fit one on each side of the light, otherwise I'd take the light out. And I used liquid nails, and then I just got a rag under here keeping pressure on the panels until the glue sets. And the only thing I don't like is this job over here, so what I'm going to probably do is to just cut another piece and go over the top of that, because that looks terrible. But the light goes right up against it. It's pressed hard against it. So I had to cut it into strips, as you can see. But I can always add more on top of this if I need to. But I don't want to use up all the material, because I'm going to take some and put some behind on the walls here. Here it is, 5:05 p.m. and it's getting ridiculously dark. So damn early. There are millions of acorns here, the worst we've ever had. Millions, and I'm not exaggerating. So this is the stuff here, as I showed you earlier in the video, and I've got 3 big pieces left. So I may have enough to do most all the shed. Now I'm debating whether or not I should put this aluminum side inside the shed or not, or the blue. The problem is, if I use the blue, that's fine, but then you got the print here. That's not a big deal. I can paint that. I'm not going to worry about this radiation stuff and all that. Jesus Christ. Nitpicking here. We don't need to worry about that. As long as you got the R factor. That's the most important thing, is the R factor. So we got an R factor of 3.3 in the ceiling right now, which is a hell of a lot better than we had before, because we didn't have any. So now what I'm going to do is, I've got a lot of small pieces. I'm going to utilize them in these little cubby holes. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to put the blue side out or whether the silver side goes out. I used about 3/4, a little almost all the tube of stuff, and I didn't really use it on a lot of this because it fit up so nice and tight. The only part I had to use glue on was around the light and in some of these areas here. And there's a little movement here, but it's wedged up. It's not going to fall down. Now, I don't think I have to go to get this aluminum tape they used on dryer vents. I could probably do that, but I'm not going to get fussy with that, But I want to take it and go into these areas here. See where the 3-inch vent there that I was telling you about? I want to fill in that area with this stuff here. So that's what I'm going to be doing now, and I'll come back on the video after I get more done. But before I do that, I want to get this part taken care of down here. These areas here, especially this and this area here, while I got the big panels out there. What do you think, guys? Huh? You think it look better this way, or do you think it look better this way? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't like cold aluminum facing me, but we're going to do it that way because there's writing on it. But I have to trim it a little bit because this 2x4 is warped over here and it's bent out like this. That's the way I got it in the bargain wood. So I got to trim off about 1/8 of an inch on the left-hand side here. So I'm going to glue it in place. And it's going to go flush with this wood here. So I can still hang my leads up here. I won't lose that space that I was worried about losing. How's that sound, huh? How's that? That look good? All right, I'm happy with that. That don't look too bad. At least the whole thing don't look like inside of a beer can. I can live with that. As long as we got some wood texture here to show, I'm happy. So what I'm going to do now is I want to put a piece in here. I got to move all this stuff, and I'm going to do that off camera. And then I want to get some pieces in here. What I'm doing first is to use the biggest pieces that I've got to work in through here, and then the small cutoffs I'll fit into these other areas up in here. I want to get some in here, I want to get some in here, and then around up and through here. It's all going to take time. I may not get it done right away. Here we are at it's about 5:30 here, and as you can see, it's getting dark. Okay, it's getting ridiculously dark now. It's hard to see out there. I got the piece in here where my cooking stuff was hanging. So I got that in there. I got to put a piece in here. And I still got some big pieces left. I got 2 big pieces left yet. I may put one down here. Although I was originally going to, in this area, just put the batting, the fiberglass batting. But I think the R value is 3.3 on this stuff here. I'm not sure what the R value is on the, I guess it's the 3 or 3.5 inch fiberglass. I think it's something like R3 or R4 or something. So I could probably just as easily use this. If I got enough of it, I'll put it down here. Under the bench, I may use fiberglass, or I might get another sheet of this. And tomorrow I'll continue this job because it's getting too late. I can work here, but I can't cut outside. It's getting too dark. I can't see what I'm doing. The birds are eating out here. I hate to disturb them. It's getting too dark for me to do anything out here, so this will be the end of this video here, and then there'll be probably a part 2 on this, just to give you an update and see, you know, how I'm doing with the shed installation. This, like I say, set me back $58 and change with the 3 sheets and the 2 liquid nails, which were $3.98 a tube, so $4 for that. So I still got a piece that's let's see, I had them cut it. It's 36 inches wide by 5 feet long. I still got one piece left of that, and a partial piece that I took out, that piece I just showed you out of, left here. So I'll stick this in the shed. Can't leave this outside because if it gets windy, it'll blow all over the yard. And I'll continue on this video tomorrow or whenever. Tomorrow's what, Saturday? Yeah, it's a good day to do a project as long as the weather holds out.